What do you find most challenging about this industry?
Challenging.
Well, let me rephrase it. I remember talking to you about with athletics, a track time is what it is, but acting.
It's an art. Yeah. I would say, yeah, I would say the fact that you can work extremely hard, but at the end of the day, what you have, it's an art form. So it's always subject to interpretation. Like someone's gonna look at it and be like, that was brilliant, that should win an Oscar. Other people will be like, ugh, why is this person even on TV? So it just depends on who's watching. Whereas opposed to athletes, track and field, you have a time, and if your time beats that person's time, then you won. You're officially better than them. So I think it's like wrapping your head around that, saying like you're good enough, you're in this journey, and just because you don't get this or that, or you get it, or you book something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you were better than that person. It was just the decision makers went this route. So I wouldn't say challenging, but it's just something that you have to get used to if you've come from a place of like dry cut things where it's like, all right, this is how you know how you get to the next level, by doing this, doing that. And acting is not so much like that. You still have to put in the work, but you also have to be open to this kind of stuff.
Let's just say I'm a 16-year-old girl and I want to pursue this. I want to watch you. I want to follow up. How can I distinguish the difference between people that want to meet with me seriously about the business and people that want to meet with me to hook up with me? Yeah. I'm part of the business.
Yeah. It's always hard. I mean, I still sometimes feel awkward when approached and like, oh, let's grab coffee. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this is business. And sometimes it hasn't been. And it's especially for women, I think it sucks a little bit because I have guy friends who are like, oh, I'm going to go meet up with this director for dinner. And we're going to, shoot the shit and talk business and all this kind of stuff. Whereas if you hear a woman, then you'll have other people comment, oh, be careful. What if it's not this? And it's like, well, how am I supposed to get to know him and develop that relationship that my counter friend developed as a guy if I don't have this interaction with them? Because people want to work with people that they like. At the same token, you do have some people, unfortunately, who take advantage of it. And I had guy friends who've had women in powerful positions proposition stuff for them, so it's not that it just happens to women. It could happen both ways. For me, I would suggest, especially if they're underage, to always direct them. Like if someone's like, I would like to meet with you, like chat about business or whatnot, never give out your personal information. Always give your parents' information out, or your manager, your agent. And that will be the first thing. Like if they're not interested in business, they will either not call or give you the rundown. I was like, no, just give me your number and blase, or your personal email. It's like, no, you can contact them and direct everything through them. And then also, whenever you go somewhere, like obviously have it be a public place and take an adult with you at all times, even if they don't have to. I mean, if you're 16, I would think the parents should sit next to their child. I mean, they're minors. But if you're 18 and you don't feel comfortable like bringing someone to sit with you, like have a friend come and have them sit at another table or wait for you by the bar if it feels kind of shady. But definitely listen to your gut, because a lot of times, I know this happens a lot where people are like, oh, like I felt that it wasn't the right thing, but I still went because I was so desperate. There's so much work. you know, people are always like, oh, that competitiveness of like, there's not enough, there's not enough. There is so much work. There is so much overflow of abundance going around. You don't have to have that desperation. And I had it. I was one of those who was like, well, I have to, and like, I don't feel like it, or this person's a jerk, but I have to meet with them, because what if this is the person that catapults my career? Your career will get catapulted when it gets catapulted, and it's not going to stop by one person or another. So, but definitely like use your listen to your gut, and always be safe. Like, take someone, let people know where you're at all the time. I still let my mom know, like, when I'm going somewhere, if I'm doing a meeting, I'm like, this is where I'm going to be at. This is like the place, these are the people, and if I have pictures of them, I'm like, and here are the pictures of the people I'm meeting with, just in case.
I'm glad your mom got pictures of me. You got some pictures of you.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.